So now I'm going to show you how to sit in unclassic ways using the props. And so a lot of times when we're not sitting at a desk, we're sitting somewhere like totally random, like a couch or our bed or even the floor. Those are the positions that typically kill our posture. It hurts our back, our blood vessels are compressed. So with the props, I want to show you how to make those unclassic ways of sitting super comfortable and super good for your posture. So the first example is going to be sitting upright in your bed. So we have here a regular pillow. So I like to start with the medium one, and I like to place it behind me. And now I am a little bit too curved in. It's not enough support for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it out for the bigger one. And again, this goes with depending on your bed, depending on your pillows, depending on your body. You're going to want to try to get the combination that feels really, really good for you. So now I feel much more supported. I even have like this side here that I can rest my arms on. And I feel open. I just feel that I'm lacking a little bit of support here in my back and my shoulders. So I'm gonna get my laptop so that I can start to see how I'm gonna be working. So I'm gonna be working like this. I find I'm a little bit propelled forward. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the medium one and I'm going to prop up my laptop a little bit just so that it's higher. I don't have to look down as much. And so now to fix the issue with the fact that my shoulders are a bit unsupported, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one here in the back of me. And so now this feels really nice. I have the space to put my shoulders back for when I'm just reading or watching a video. And then when I want to work, everything just falls into place. If you see, my head is not forward. My glance is not too down. My posture is still really, really well supported. I'm not hunching forward. My lumbar curve has a slight curvature. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to keep this slight curvature in every posture that you have when you're working, especially because as soon as the lumbar curve does not have that slight curve, that's when it starts to block the nerves that go through. It harms the blood vessels. And that's when you start seeing a lot of back pain happen and your shoulders hunch forward. But once you have a little bit of curve in your lumbar area, that's when the rest of the body, it knows what to do. It opens up, it relaxes the right muscles, and you can work without having any stress to your body. So this is if you're working upright in your bed. Now I'm going to show you if you're working from the couch. Alright, so when I work from my couch, what I do is I start by sitting all the way in the back of the couch. I take the medium one and I place it right where my lumbar curve is. Usually the big one might be too big since my couch is very stiff. If you have a more cozy couch that curves in a little bit, maybe the bigger prop is going to be the best. But for me, it's the medium one. And from there, I'm going to take the biggest prop and I'm going to put it on my lap, because it's going to get my laptop a little bit higher. It's going to make it so that my glance is much higher than if I'm looking down. And right now I actually feel good without using the small one. So if I wanted to, I could put a little more support in my shoulder area, like this. Or I could use it to prop up my laptop even more, like this. And so now I'm working, I'm aligned. What you can also do is you can rest your feet on something. I have this here. If you're working in this position for too long, probably that you're going to have to move around a little bit. You're going to have the tendency of going a little bit more down, which is also nice. You see how if we scoot down, the lumbar curve is still supported. There's still that slight curve that's going to make it so that your back isn't all straining. So here I feel really supported, really comfortable, yet I'm in a really cozy position. So just because a position is cozy doesn't mean that it has to be bad for your back. I'm in a really relaxed position here, yet I'm working. And it feels really, really good in my body. And so now I'm going to show you how to do this same thing, but if you're working like on the floor, on the carpet, up against the wall. Alright, so I'm going to show you if you're working up against the wall like this. So what I usually do is I take the biggest one first, since this is a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to angle it here. You see though how my lumbar curve is still not supported? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small one and I'm going to place it right where my lumbar curve is. And so this way I have a slight curve, my shoulders are down, my head is leaning up against the wall. Now with my laptop, it's still going to be a little bit low, so I'm going to take the medium pillow that's remaining and I'm going to flip it over so that the angle is right. And now I'm aligned, even if I'm sitting up against a wall. I'm still comfortable, my lumbar curve's supported, everything's in place. I'm going to show you a variation if you're going to be totally on the floor without having a wall behind you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the large pillow first. So since I'm going to be laying down on it like this, what I want to do is I want to create something that's going to push me up. So I want to create a sort of angle for my shoulders and for my neck to rest on. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the medium one here so that when I go to rest on it, my shoulders feel comfortable, my neck is supported, and my neck is also in a direction where I can actually see my laptop. And so I go ahead and I put my laptop so upright, so it's kind of like leaning on me, and instead of being down like this, I type like this. So my arms are on my side and they're feeling relaxed, and I can see my screen perfectly. What you can do with the small pillow, you can do two things. I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see me better. So the first thing that you can do is you can use it to prop up your laptop like this, so it's at a little bit of a smoother angle for your wrists. And what you can also do, and you can alternate between the two, because at one point when you're on the floor like this, it's going to feel a little bit tiring to keep the same position. So you can alternate between putting the pillow here and putting the pillow underneath your lumbar curve. So it's going to add a slight curve to your back. It's going to feel really, really good because your back, which has been on the floor for a little while, is going to have that nice stretch. And you can still use your laptop like this. And if you're just watching a movie, you can even just rest them on the ground, put them above you, have a nice stretch. And now I'm going to show you like a seated position on the floor using like a little desk or a coffee table or a poof or whatever you have. So if you're like me and you want to avoid at all costs working at a desk because I'm very fidgety, I like to move around a lot, this is a really great position that you can try. So first off, I like to have my knees resting on this pillow just so that it feels comfortable for the ground. I kind of sit with like a wider stance, and I take the medium pillow and I sit down on it. So this way, since I'm sitting directly on my sit bones, my back naturally goes into the proper curves. I'm naturally aligned. So now what you can do, since your laptop is a little bit low, you can use the last prop to put it up a little bit, and there you go. So I really like this position because I'm kind of free to move around. If you want to, you can also use the pillow to stretch your back, like a variation of the camel pose, like this. And there it is. I'm going to show you another variation of how to sit down on the ground, more of a meditation style. So I like to start with the big pillow on the ground like this, and then I sit down. And now I'm finding that my sit bones are kind of propelled back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small one, and I'm going to prop it up right behind me. So this really gets my sit bones in the proper position. And then as usual, I prop up my laptop so that it's at my eye level. Right, so those are 6 ways that you can sit in like unclassic, cozy, comfortable ways while still having your posture supported, while still feeling super good. As always, your body's going to be different, your furniture is going to be different, so just play around with how you place them on your body, play around with the different heights, and just have fun with it, make yourself as comfortable as possible.